What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unknown Coatings channel. Got a quick little video here doing this Edelbrock supercharger cover. Going to be doing it in a black and white. First thing, of course, is to be throwing it into our chemical strip setup. Realize that it's not quite all the way down, so drop another hook on it so I can lower it down enough to be fully submerged. It's only in there for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes tops. I pulled it out right here and got a little concerned that it was anodized because I realized nothing had come off of it. And Edelbrock is known to anodize some of their stuff. But once water from the pressure washer hits it, it comes right off. It turns out it was just the really rough casting was kind of holding on to the product. Went ahead and blasted it after this in our normal blast setup, 36 degree diamond, of course. So this one's a little different. This will be black, just BK08, as well as the text, and then all the rest of this will be white. And one of the issues that you're going to have a lot of time, white over black is not usually an issue, but this is something to keep in mind for if you're ever doing two tones that are going to be an issue. I'm going to be spraying the black down, then vacuuming away all of the extra black, a measure that you wouldn't necessarily need to do. But what is happening is if I'm putting the white over top of the black and the white thins out on some of the edges, you'll be able to see the black through it. Now, like I said, with white and black, not an issue, but some other colors that have a harder time covering or bleeding through, this can present more of an issue. And because I'm only going to be doing vacuuming it and wiping and no tape at all, we'll be leaving this tapeless even on the back. I'll end up blowing most of this off and then just vacuuming a little bit. So when we're doing this, we're only doing this U shape here and then the text. So you want to, obviously, if we're going to be vacuuming a lot of this off, you're not going to want to put too much powder. You don't want to cover this whole thing because this is more work for you to take off. So I got this thing dialed in pretty tight here. Guys, just wanted to take a quick second to say if you enjoy powder coating or powder coating content, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you get a heads up when we post new videos. This channel is mostly dedicated to teaching people how to powder coat, showing tips and tricks, cool projects, things of that nature. So if you're new here, feel free to check out more videos in the channel. You can see I'm going to go ahead and vacuum away all of this stuff like I discussed kind of earlier in this video. I want to get rid of all the extra black. Using a couple different tools here, just a hose, a couple of the coating by coats tools that I used. I have a review kind of coming up still of those. I've been trying to put together a video. I just don't use them enough to make a video just across the board. So I've been kind of chunking pieces together from different projects to kind of explain what I like and don't like. End up using just a pen, my normal pen, to go around most of this. And then I got frustrated. I decided that the casting was too rough on this, and I decided that I wanted to coat the entire thing in black in an effort to kind of hide some of the casting. This was a sand cast part, so it's very rough, and there's not a good way of sanding it all down evenly to get rid of all that. So I'm basically using the black as kind of a filler of sorts to smooth this out before the white goes over it. So I did spend a bunch of time, of course, vacuuming it, and it does suck, but I ended up throwing 2 coats of BK08, doing a partial cure on both of those, and then moving on to the white, of course. This white is just WH11 from Cardinal. As you guys probably know on this channel, I don't really love Cardinal powder. Trying to get through all of the stuff that we have just kind of at the shop, trying to get rid of it. And, you know, using mostly just Prismatic and Tiger. If you guys are Facebook users, you should definitely check out the group UKC Army on Facebook. Lots of good information in there, lots of helpful powder coaters. Lots of people who are definitely willing to help new people, which I think is a big issue on some of the other boards. It's not the same boring, repetitive questions. It's actual knowledgeable people trying to help people out. So, like I said, not using tape on any of this, so I went ahead and vacuumed a bunch of the white off of the back of this, and then I'm just using an air gun that has like a pretty good control on the trigger, basically, to make sure that I can pulse the air exactly how I want, blow it out of corners, and then I'm just wiping away a little bit of the remaining here. I could have taped the back of this. It's just not really worth it on something this simple, especially being that I can vacuum and blow away most of the air. Ended up using another one of the Coating by Coats tools here. like I said, trying to figure out ways to use them in ways that I think that they're effective. Spent a few $100s on these tools, only like a few of them, but I know that lots of people do like them. I'm definitely not like throwing shade or anything, like I've heard in some of the, or seen in some of the posts in groups. I just don't necessarily love them. These are tools designed to help people, so if you find utility in them, of course, I would suggest continuing to use them. I'm never going to tell somebody not to be using a tool that I think works. The one real downside of having to do this is I put 2 coats of black and then 2 coats of white. And doing the 2 coats of white mean I had to do all of this process twice. Now, there are people who would want to just spend the time to tape it. There's even people that would go through and paint some of this afterwards. We have a pinstripe and airbrush guy in-house that would be able to do this for me if I really wanted to. But I like to do everything, or as much as I can, out of powder. So as you see in this channel, that's pretty much all I use. Although I do have a brake job coming up that I'm going to be utilizing our airbrush guy to do some logos on some brakes, to just show you guys another way of doing brakes, or doing logos rather. I have a ton of brake tutorials coming up on all sorts of different crazy brakes, so I'm pretty stoked about those. As you can see here, I'm using mostly my fingers. I did use a couple tools to kind of wipe down or vacuum away some of this, but I'm just wiping away all the excess. Now, one of the risks that you will take is if you put this in the oven with decent air circulation, is there's a chance that it's going to blow some of the, still powdery white onto the partially cured black. One of the things that you can do is you can put it in the oven, and as soon as that white starts to flow out, you pull it from the oven and make sure that there is nothing on the black. If there is, you can just use some isopropyl alcohol, just on a rag, wipe off all the white. It'll literally just wipe right off of the black, and then you throw it back in the oven to finish your full cure. I only got one photo of this, no videos of it done, but figured I'd show it to you guys real quick. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.